Plant FAQs. Alocasia stingray. See more 90 species in genus Alocasia. Elephant ears at monsterholic.com. How to care for Alocasia stingray. Here's a guide on how to care for your Alocasia stingray. Light. Bright, indirect light. Alocasia stingray thrives in bright, indirect light. Avoid harsh direct sunlight, especially during peak sun hours, as this can scorch the delicate leaves. East or north-facing windows are ideal. If placing it near a south-facing window, provide some afternoon shade with sheer curtains or by moving the plant further from the window. Watering. Consistent moisture, not soggy. Alocasia stingray prefers consistent moisture but dislikes sitting in waterlogged soil. Aim for the top inch of the soil to dry out completely between waterings. Sticking your finger into the soil is a good way to check moisture levels. Water thoroughly until water runs out of the drainage holes. Discard any excess water collected in the saucer to prevent root rot. Soil. Well-draining and aerated mix. Use a well-draining, aerated, and organic potting mix that allows for good water drainage and oxygen circulation around the roots. Aeroid mix, specifically formulated for aeroids like Alocasia, is a great option. You can also create your own mix using potting soil, perlite for drainage and aeration, orchid bark for additional drainage and air circulation, temperature and humidity. Warm temperatures. Alocasia stingray prefers warm temperatures between 65 degrees Fahrenheit and 80 degrees Fahrenheit, 18 degrees Celsius and 27 degrees Celsius. Avoid exposing it to cold drafts or sudden temperature fluctuations. Moderate to high humidity. Moderate to high humidity levels, around 50 to 60% or above, are ideal for Alocasia stingray. Here are ways to increase humidity. Group your Alocasia with other humidity-loving plants. Use a pebble tray filled with water. Avoid letting the pot sit in water. Use a humidifier to increase the overall humidity in the room. Fertilizing. Balance fertilizer during growing season. During the growing season, spring and summer, you can fertilize your Alocasia stingray once a month with a diluted, balanced liquid fertilizer. A balanced fertilizer formulated for houseplants works well. Reduce or withhold fertilizer during the winter months when the plant's growth slows down. Additional tips. Wiping leaves. Gently wipe the leaves with a damp cloth from time to time to remove dust and improve their ability to absorb light for photosynthesis. You can also mist the plant occasionally, but be mindful not to over-mist, as this can promote fungal diseases. Dormancy. Alocasia stingray may enter a dormant period during winter. Reduced watering and fertilizing are recommended during this time. Repotting. Repot your Alocasia stingray every 1 to 2 years when it outgrows its current pot. Choose a pot with drainage holes that is slightly larger than the previous one. Pests and diseases. Alocasia stingray is generally pest and disease resistant, but watch out for common houseplant problems like mealybugs and root rot. You can treat mealybugs with insecticidal soap or neem oil. Address root rot by carefully repotting the plant in fresh, well-draining soil. How to propagate Alocasia stingray. Propagating my Alocasia stingray was a thrilling experiment. I opted for division because it seemed the most straightforward. I carefully separated the offsets from the mother plant during its dormant period, ensuring each division had a healthy rhizome attached. Placing them in a well-draining mix and keeping them warm and humid kickstarted their growth. It's incredibly rewarding to watch these new plants flourish and develop their own unique characteristics. Where can I buy an Alocasia stingray? When I was on the hunt for my Alocasia stingray, I scoured local nurseries and botanical shops first. Their unique selection often surprises me, and I found some real gems there. If I couldn't find what I was looking for locally, online plant shops were my next stop. Websites specializing in rare and exotic plants usually have a good variety, and the thrill of unboxing a new addition to my collection is unbeatable. Why is my Alocasia stingray drooping? Discovering my Alocasia stingray drooping was a bit alarming at first, but I've learned it's usually a sign that something needs adjusting. It's often due to either overwatering or underwatering, so I check the soil moisture level first. If it's soggy, I let it dry out a bit before watering again, and if it's bone dry, I give it a good drink. Sometimes, it could also be a sign of inadequate light or humidity, so I move it to a brighter spot or increase misting frequency accordingly. It's all about tuning into the plant's needs and making adjustments as necessary to help it thrive.